Hello Doctor Who fans, I am Doctor Who Commentator, here today to talk to you about a recent release from Real-Time Pictures. And it is this, The Daemons of Devil's End, which more accurately includes the story that's been expected for a while, White Witch of Devil's End. So, and one of my more popular videos was me actually talking about the lesser-known spin-offs of Doctor Who. So, naturally, I thought I'd talk about this one. So, I think the first question is it any good? Well, surprisingly, yes! This is actually a really good watch. I was hooked as I watched it. It's not any big-budget special effects or I mean, what real-time picture or BBV picture is, but it didn't need to be. It's ultimately Damaris Heyman once again, now rather reprising her role of Olive Hawthorne. Hawthorne, rather. Excuse me. And it is her sitting in her chair telling stories. Six individual stories, all from when she was a child, leading up to what is, well, I can't really talk about that because it spoils it. But the 6 stories ultimately include first, like I said, from her birth, when she obtains the very book which gives her witch powers, and also even talks a little bit about her sister. The second story is a vampire type story, presumably when she's just reached adulthood. Yes, when she's in her 30s by that point, and she meets an attractive man who turns out, they don't directly say it, but it's pretty clear he's a vampire, who is very kind to her, it must be said. The third story is a story about a young man who's stealing her apples for some reason, but it turns out he's from some sort of existential plane or whatever, and he turns into a cat at some point. It's kind of a spoiler, but it's kind of needed. What else can you really say? Other than the lad in the story is played by Sophie Aldred's son. The fourth story is involves another witch and is about a voodoo doll, incidentally, where you've got another witch who is controlling one of Hawthorne's friends and making her something she's just not supposed to be. The fifth story actually takes place right after the events of the Daemons, where they go into the now pretty much demolished church, and there are some ghosts in the crypt and all that, and someone dies, yada yada. And the sixth story is about Hawthorne wanting an heir, and thinks she's found an heir, only it turns out to be a succubus. This, like I said, ultimately, it's all just Hawthorne sitting in a chair and giving narration. That's all you need. I mean, I think I referred to the Probe special When to Die, or whatever it was called. I should have brought it with me. Probably sitting right there. I said it looked like a student film. This also comes across a bit like a student film, but a good one. Not like When to Die. When to Die had absolutely zero good special effects, or a story that was interesting enough, and it was compensated with constantly ridiculous camera angles that just didn't make any sense. This knew you didn't need camera angles, you just needed an old woman in a chair. What more do you need? It's all narration. You don't need to work so hard. That's why it didn't really matter. The low special effects of the intermediate parts didn't really matter. Which brings me to really my only one criticism of the whole thing, which is from episode 6. they do have a bit where the woman from turns into the succubus monster sort of thing, and it is a piss poor CGI effect. And I would say to that, you didn't really need the CGI effect at all. I mean, just the idea that she was a succubus was enough. Or the CGI monster effect. You needed the CGI part for there's a ring of fire sort of thing at the end of it. Yeah, that was necessary because it's magic and everything. But I think you could have easily got away with the succubus staying looking human as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, like I said, would I buy it? Absolutely buy it. You will love it. And also, it's got Return to Devil's End on it, one of the first documentaries from Reeltime. That's not seen a DVD release ever. It's only ever been on VHS before. So, with that was my talk about the White Witch at Devil's End. Hope that's good consumer advice for you. Thanks for watching.